the stream should be going right about now. Okay, hopefully, I need to make sure nothing's freezing up like it was last time. Y'all can see me this time, right? Hopefully. There was half of the stream last time where just, for some reason, I think the Zoom window had been like freezing, I think is what it was. Like in OBS, like the source for it was freezing for some reason. And so it wasn't like updating when like new people got added into the Zoom. But I think I figured out how to manage that this time so that it doesn't happen. Let me just notify people that the stream is starting. Hold on just a second. Okay. I think that should have been sent out. Also, for people who I'm trying to join but haven't got the link yet, I've noticed that for this stream, and I think there was a similar problem with the other stream, but I wasn't sure, where some people were saying that the link to join the stream was invalid. Let me see if I can put something in the chat. I might be able to do that, so that people can join. Okay. Community events. Yes, the community hub. This should be the page to check out. Let me see if I can put in the restream. That's odd. It's not letting me add things to chat. There we go. Now it is letting me add things to chat. Okay. This should allow you to... Oh, it looks like someone's able to come in already. Okay. Connecting to audio. Hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. Would you like to maybe introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe say something about your name, your and any how you found out about Strawberry Hill Studio or the Samurais of Sound program, and maybe any cool like projects that you're working on, whether it be voice acting or music or any artistic stuff. Oh, okay. One sec. Technical difficulties. That's totally fine. Thank you so much for coming. And welcome to everyone in chat too. It looks like it's
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Hello.
Oh, there we are. Hello.
Okay, I think that should be correct. Let me know, chat, if the stream freezes up again and you're not able to see the rest of the people. Ah, there are more people coming in too. Hello.
I'm here.
Hi, it's nice to see you again. Would the people who are in the Zoom meeting now like to introduce themselves, like I was saying, like their name, how you found out about Strawberry Hill Studio or Samurais of Sound, and any fun projects that you'd like to promote or are working on right now, whether it be voice acting or any like artistic endeavors.
Okay, who wants to go first then?
You can go first if you want to.
Okay. So, hi, my name's Andrew T. I got into Strawberry Hill Studios because, like, Ezra was like making an announcement about his voice acting class last year. So, I decided to join, and I joined in January last year. And then I became a like a black belt member this year.
Yeah.
And how I got into voice acting is because, like, when I first met Christina V at Banksville Philly, I
Yes,
thought that's
Christina
work
V.
that I want to become a voice actor just like her, and here I am, a voice actor in training.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Dan, would you like to go next?
Hi, my name is Dan. My story is pretty similar to Andrew's, honestly. I was, I heard Raj talking about this and I thought that sounds interesting, so I've signed up and here I am.
Yeah,
I'm
thank you so
currently
much.
still training, so
Well, like we said
I
in
haven't
the oh,
started any project yet, really.
yeah, like we said in I remember us discussing in the last stream that even if like people say that they're aspiring voice actors, like you can when you talk about yourself, you can drop the aspiring part because like um as it is if you're already if you're wanting to, if you have those goals and if you're chasing them and if you're working on any projects, whether it be something small like doing impressions on YouTube or something like that, or actually like participating in projects, like any voice acting, if you do it as a hobby, as something that you love, as something you enjoy, you can call yourself a voice actor. So yeah, just don't be discouraged by having to like say you're in training or anything. But yeah, I thank you so much for training with our studio.
Yeah, no problem. I'm hoping it works out good.
Yeah. Um I think I don't know if there are hello. Hello to Sand Smash Bros in chat and Skyline Tapes. Okay,
Hello.
so I think what we're going to start out with. Oh, actually, there are other people joining the stream. Let's see if they can connect. Hello, KJ.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the stream as well? Maybe say your name, how you found out about Strawberry Hill Studio, and any fun
Sure.
projects that you're working on?
What's up, Andrew? All right. Yeah, I'm KJ. I found out about Strawberry Hills via an online ad. I've been talking to Austin and Raj for a while. I'm a black belt member. Just like
Nice.
Andrew, yeah. Trying to get my demos together now. So that's where I'm at right now.
Awesome. Yeah. I can maybe share the screen again to pull up what some of the upcoming workshops will be, because there is one that is specifically for making demo reels.
Oh, perfect.
Is it the actual production or just how to do it?
Let me see if I can actually find the screen to share. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let me know if the screen sharing works for everyone and this is visible for everybody. Are you able to see the website?
Yeah, we can see it.
Awesome. So our upcoming our workshop that's actually coming up pretty soon on August 27th is one for recording and editing your voice acting demo reel. You will be able to like actually you will have the demo reel recording experience, and you will be able to get tips from our amazing sound engineer and an awesome composer and just wonderful person, Austin, who usually hosts these community streams, but I am the one hosting it this time.
Yeah, I was wondering, is he alright or is he just busy?
Yeah, like, where is he, though?
He's just busy. He's alright.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Is
No, I just wanted to make sure he wasn't like under the weather or something.
No, no.
like I tried to make an appointment. I got one with Raj a few weeks ago. I saw his calendar was completely empty. I'm like, oh shoot, okay, he must be, yeah.
Right.
I am signed up for this one, Scarlett. So thanks for showing us. Though.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, and included also in our membership for the for Samurais of Sound program itself, you also get critiques on your demo reels and help with like recording it and editing it and all of those wonderful things. Looks like there's someone
Can't
else
see it,
who
but I'm nodding
joined.
my head. I don't have a camera.
Oh, and here are some of the other. Oh, also, hello to Miss Larissa. If you'd like to maybe introduce yourself to the chat.
Good evening. My name is Larissa. I'm in Washington, D.C. And most of the voice work that I have done has been government, corporate kind of thing. So unless you've done tutorials inside DHS, you've never heard of me. And I joined up with Strawberry Hill Studio because they have a specialty in video games and animation, which is the thing I haven't done too much of. So I'm here to learn.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We're very thankful to assist you on your journey to voicing for animation and games. Some of the other workshops, if you can still see the screen sharing here, I think it might have frozen for the people at home now. Let me fix that. Apologies for the issues. Oh, now I don't think it's showing anything to them. Zoom.us.
I can still see the 3 workshops, but if you're scrolling down, yeah, it might be locked up.
Yeah, when I set up the speaker view, it's sharing the screen, but it's just kind of small.
Oh, okay. Yeah, apologies for the technical difficulties. I'll be sure to get that sorted out.
Yeah, technology.
Can I ask you a question, Scarlett?
Oh, sure.
What's your title within Strawberry Hill Studios?
Oh, I work as their social media management and marketing side of things.
Cool.
I joined in because I mean, I of course as you can probably tell, like, I love all things related to voice acting. I've always been like in theater, even though I'm still also not in any like big projects, I suppose, at the moment. And when I heard about this studio, I think I said last time, from they were having like music production courses for high school students when I was back in my day when I was in high school, and they still have those available now. And when I heard that this studio was the one behind like so many of my favorite anime soundtracks and worked with so many amazing voice actors that I looked up to, I jumped at the chance to volunteer with them. So now I'm very thankful to get the opportunity to work with them.
That's awesome.
I think someone else got admitted into chat. Hello to JC. Would you like to introduce yourself to the chat?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Alright, so my name is Giancarlos. You can call me JC. I've been voice acting for about two or three years. First under Joshua Seth, then under Karen Strassman in Real Voice LA, and then now in Strawberry Hill Studio. To expand myself, my goal is to be a translator in English to Spanish and to translate for the Japanese directly over there. And then so far, I got my demo reel up. The next thing I already have is my business card, and the third thing I'm working on is a website, and that's what I'm working on right there to get myself all updated. And now what I'm trying to do by the end of the year is get myself some roles before I study abroad.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm as I said in the previous stream, I'm also interested in doing translation-related stuff for the entertainment industry in any regard, but mostly for like I'm aspiring to do things like maybe in terms of subtitles or dubbing scripts for anime, like directing that sort of thing, or other forms of animation, or even since I'm like learning Japanese, hopefully like possibly even becoming a seiyuu over there or a voice actor for dubs here. I just want to be a part of the industry overall.
As I have said, they should offer us dubbing jobs over there, because if we work directly for them, then it'll be easier for them and it'll be more desirable and manageable.
Right.
Yeah, because Raj said he did that before.
Yes, he did. He's like, I was very surprised to find out that he hadn't only like worked in the music side of things, but he also like knows what it's like to be in the experience of like directing and even has done some voice acting in his portfolio as well.
Yeah, and even produced the entire soundtrack for Cowboy Bebop and the live action. And the live. Not the live action, I mean.
Yes, he it's crazy because like I knew him from his singing on the Cowboy Bebop movie soundtrack, and after like learning that he also he worked on with Yoko Kanno for like songwriting for some of those songs for the movie as well. That was really amazing, and I could see, you know, his creative vision and all the creative visions of everyone who worked on the soundtrack shine through that. And like
Yeah.
the fact that it was such a collaborative effort is really amazing.
And then the fact that he managed to get Karen Strassman on board, and then Wendy Lee on board, and then Andrea Toyas, and then Austin is very good right there.
Yeah, the lineup of people that we have in this that have helped us and helped so many other people to learn more about voice acting is always like it's an honor to be able to work with them. Um, and speaking of Karen Strassman, that's also like one of the workshops that we have here that I think we talked a little bit about last time. Oh, there's someone else.
Yeah, you know me. It's like if there's a workshop with her, I'm there the second. I'm there in a second, in a heartbeat.
Her dubbing one was good.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I learned a lot from that dubbing workshop as well. I'm very excited for the creatures and monsters one because like we talked a lot in the previous stream about like I suppose I don't know how to word this, but like being able to like bring your story and relate and bring like storytelling to any kind of character, no matter how fantastical it is, and like the fact that as voice actors we are so empathetic as like to we have such an empathetic job as to like sympathize with all of these characters from completely different walks of life than us that are like even like fantasy species of characters, and still be able to like embody them and you know bring their story to other people who might be able to, you know, find themselves in them as well. Yeah, all of that stuff is really amazing. So yeah, definitely be sure to check out that workshop.
I did the first one, so I'm always gonna be there for the second one.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. And then the last one that I have here is casting director for a day, which is with Andrea Toyas, who is a name that you also mentioned there, who is an amazing, legendary casting director, one of the best in the biz from Blizzard, which she was the casting director for titles like Overwatch, the Diablo, and World of Warcraft games, and all of those really wonderful things. So you get to learn what it's like from the directing side of things and finding the right people and to make your character shine and you know, all that sort of stuff. So
Raj recommended that one.
yeah.
Speaking of Austin, still on vacation? I mean, we enjoy your presence, but it just seems like, or do you have him trapped in the basement?
He's still on vacation currently, but he will hopefully, I think, be here for next week's stream.
Oh yeah, the D&D.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I always love watching the D&D ones. They're so much fun.
Yes, we all enjoy the D&D. Let's say it's K. I don't know if KJ's a part of that. Is he? Or
I sat in one of them, but no, I'm not a part of it.
oh, I know that Miss Larissa is a part of it as well.
Yeah.
I've never done any D&D at all, so yeah, it's hard to imagine.
For some reason, Zoom
Well,
is
there's
still
no rocket
not.
science behind it. You just make your own character. But of course, but of course, make it relevant to the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an orc in a Cyberpunk 2077 universe.
Nice. Um, yeah, for some reason the camera capture thing for Zoom I think has stopped working completely on the streaming end of things. So, but I'll be sure to keep trying to figure out how to get that working.
Well, you're doing very great so far.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I wanted to. I think the last time I began with just asking, since there are some people that are different, that some different people in here, and some that from the ones that were in the previous stream. I wanted to ask: is there any media or like specific voice actors or any kind of art or like TV or games or music or anything like that that has been inspiring your voice acting journey or your artistic journey in general lately?
Well, I may have like a couple though, but
Yeah,
Richard
please share.
Armitage eternally. As I knew saying Richard Armitage voices, I'm right there. I love that he was writing his own novels and voicing them himself, which is absolutely marvelous.
Oh,
I love
that's
that he
amazing.
talks about the great thing about an actor is you spend a lot of time sitting around. It gives you lots of time to think up people to tear down.
Ah, I see. Yeah, being able to like voice your own characters and the things that you write is always super fun.
For me, it's
Charlotte, is there any chance you could boost your game a little bit? Your speed is a lot softer than everybody else's.
Oh, I might just need to like I scoot up closer to the mic or something. I think some people were saying that they had trouble hearing me on the last one, so it might also just be that I might have to adjust the sound settings. Apologies for that.
that's good.
Okay,
Von Perlman. I love his voice.
nice. Yeah, very
I-
good choices.
A lot of voices have influenced me, but recently I've been looking into I don't know if you've ever heard of the book I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream.
Yes.
Brutal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I listened to the audiobook by Harlan Elson, and when he talks as AM, you can really feel the intensity right there. He even did him in a point-and-click game that's on Steam right there.
Oh,
So I looked at that as well.
I didn't
and
know
then-
there was a point and click game.
That is not a fun story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I basically look for the horror aspect. For the action aspect, I look at people like Steve Downes, who did Master Chief, and then I look at some of Johnny Bosch Young's work.
Johnny
And
and
then-
Boss.
I did not know that for the Predator movie, Peter Cullen made a lot of different sounds. First, he based it off of a crab. He based it off of a combination of different beasts right there, of a boar, a wolf, and a bear, imitating it to the point where it turns into a more naturalistic sound.
Yeah, being able to combine all
Yeah.
of those different influences, like we had talked about before, into into one, character is always super fun, and like being able to like take all of these, things that and that you were familiar with to be able to, relate to the creatures and monsters, that we're going to be discussing in the upcoming workshops.
And then obviously working with Uber Eats, it allowed me to work with the accent part of it because I realized
Ah.
the Jamaican accent is a slowed down Irish accent. Right here, Lassie, this is the Irish accent versus the Jamaican accent one right here. It's like it's slowed down because
Oh,
of the fact that a lot of Irish descendants went over there. You even get Irish beer over there. They even celebrate, how to say this? They even celebrate St. Patrick's Day over there, and it's pretty much. And if you have red hair over there, there's Jamaicans. There's Irish Jamaican over there of Irish descent. There's even Chinese Jamaicans over there, if you believe it or not. They even have the
yeah.
dumplings.
It's really
But-
interesting to hear like the cultural integration and that sort of thing.
And then with how to say this with the for the French. For French, there's Cajun, and it's like the Cajun sounds like a Southern French accent, so it's like you can hear that difference right there. I don't know if you watched Courage the Cowardly Dog. You remember the Cajun fox? I'm about to make me some granny stew. What? I ain't got no granny. Looks like I'm gonna have to get sit myself. That's basically the Cajun fox.
Yeah.
But But other than that, it's very helpful for the accent workshop, especially since I deliver for all these other food places right there.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. It looks like I think some other people joined the Zoom meeting that weren't able to introduce themselves before. Would you like to introduce yourselves to the meeting and to the chat? I think someone else was.
Mike. I've been working on my voiceover for probably about 2 months now. I've did some lessons, and I decided to be a part of the community and see what else I can learn. So
You got awesome setup, man.
thank you.
Yeah.
Mike, where did you get purple sound from?
I actually got the booth. It's from vocalbooth.com. So they put the foam in it for me.
Oh. Yeah, it looks really cool.
It's pretty nice. They've got a bunch of different colors. It was a little expensive, but if you're in the market for it, they have quite a few colors you can choose from. It's pretty customizable.
Is your brother's sword?
No,
Is your father helmet?
yeah.
That's actually a real name, like Helmut in German.
Oh. Sorry, the Zoom kept freezing up again. I think I figured out how to get it to work now. Hopefully, it should stay like that. Fingers crossed, for the stream. So, one thing that
I have to let darling husband know about that. My husband absolutely loves the technicalities of the audio production stuff. He'll sit there with spreadsheets comparing the specs on pop filters. So I always have to watch him, or otherwise I catch him fiddling with my cords, and I'm like, don't unplug things without telling me.
Yeah, the audio engineering and sound engineering aspect, the studio has like really assisted me in being able to like be in the room where it happens with that sort of thing, especially since like I've got to witness them like working on like soundtracks like for Tower of God season 2 just recently. Kevin Penkin's amazing soundtracks for the Tower of God series. I got to like watch as they were like as it was being, you know, created in the studio, and and being able to learn from that was really cool. And with the workshops as well, the dubbing workshop, afterwards, like I was able to research a lot of really interesting things, like because obviously as like anime dubs and things like that are something that really inspire me. I ended up learning about that there are a lot of like the difference between the way that like Japanese voice acting is like the voice acting industry in Japan works, and the way that it is over here, even for Japanese dubs of works that are from overseas, is like there are so many like different even if there are a lot of similarities, there's also a lot of different like intricacies about that I like found really interesting. Like I guess
Like doing it in the same room?
that is one of them. It was really interesting to learn that like it was almost it almost seemed like a theater performance sometimes, like looking at I don't know if it always works this way, but there are definitely a lot of circumstances in which in the Japanese voice acting they're all in the same room together, and they go over the scenes like and their lines together, like they're each like in a line up to like 3 mics or so, and like switching off their position in the line and being able to you know, bounce lines off of each other and collaborate with each other in real time like that. And like I was thinking about like how interesting it would be if we would be able to like have similar like collaboration here in our industry. But I think like something that's really interesting about English dubbing is that the people who work on the dubs for anime are like voice actors from all across the world that sometimes aren't even able to like be in the studio, and like it's really amazing to see all of those people like all of those people collaborating on those things, but it also it makes it a little bit difficult for that kind of group thing to happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because remember, back in the day, for voice acting, you had to either move to New York or California.
Yeah.
And not everyone could afford the rent over there. So that's where the second thing came in, and this is where this new form of voice acting comes in to make it affordable for everyone. And I feel like, there's some good things that came out of the pandemic, such as Zoom voice acting.
Right.
Because with the Japanese, all you have to do is just take a subway, and they're right there. It's like it's either an hour or two away, and it's not a big deal. They either have a house over there, or they have an apartment, or they have something they can rent out for not really a lot of money. Because it's like I rented a hotel over there before, and it wasn't really a lot of money. So it's like, so basically, what they do right there, they they record in the studio and then they go back, or sometimes they stay over someplace, and that's why it's a little more convenient for them because of the fact that it's just a train ride away.
Yeah, I think what the point that you brought up about things like Zoom voice acting, I think like the globalization of technology, and also just like the international love for anime now has like allowed for a lot of new advancements in technology to be made to allow people from all over to be able to collaborate on these anime projects, which is like something that I really appreciate. Also, I think some new people joined the Zoom meeting. Oh, Vincent, hello. Would you like to introduce yourself to the meeting and to the chat?
Oh, hi everybody. Let me fix the thingy. I prefer to go by Vinny, but I always go official first because that's what's on the thingy. Yeah, so I'm Vinny Ali. I'm a working actor based out of the Philadelphia area. I have lined up 3 days of background work this week, so I'm super stoked. I did a recording for a song that may or may not happen. We'll see. On
Oh,
Friday, super stoked for the next D&D session for you got
yes.
Voices and Choices. I'm not sure when that's going to be. For those of you that have not paid attention, I'm Sir Sean Ronnery on there. Just old school fighter that just wants to get to know you better. And yeah. Oh, so I love what you guys talk about, like, having the actual actors in the room. That gives such better chemistry because radio plays back in the day, in the 30s and 40s and 50s, they were all in the same group, in the same room doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
They would have multiple people playing multiple different characters, just hopping around back and forth from the Goon Show, Green Arrow, The Shadow. It had such an energy and electricity to it because you were all in the same room. Because when you get a bunch of theater nerds in the same room, magic happens. That's the
Yes.
genius of it. And I think that with the pandemic, it forced people to think outside of how I can't go visit this person, but I can still do it over Zoom. And I can get equipment and everything. I mean, when the pandemic first hit, I had to move out of the house. So I spent
Right.
about $230 on just equipment that I would need to be able to do all the stuff I wanted to do in house through, Amazon. And that's one of the things that happened. I mean, like I started my podcast, pulling back the curtain with Vinny Ali during the podcast because I want to be able to control the environment and feel safer connecting with people and still
Yeah.
get some kind of fix for my acting addiction.
Right.
Yeah, because it's like we were explaining before, the reason why it's more common with the Japanese than the Americans is because, remember, it's a subway station away. Like, subways take about an hour or two, and it's like a speed bullet train, so it's not really going to take them long. The hotels and the inns only cost, like, not a lot of money compared to here, because it's like,
Well, you also have to consider the culture of Japan is much more community based than it is America. America is very much, I'm my own island. I take care of my own stuff. Blah, 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 blah. You should pay me to come over here. You want me to do what now? Like, how hard it is just to get people to collaborate in the same room just to play Dungeons and Dragons. For people
Yeah.
that enjoy playing Dungeons and Dragons in person, it is like pulling teeth because everyone wants everyone to accommodate them. But in Japan, as they've proven to us numerous times over years, it's about community. They're about the art, and they're willing to do it. And JC, you make a good point about that. It is much more reasonable. They're more commute oriented. Because like I live in PA, and like if you don't got a car, you ain't going nowhere. That's just how I've always been raised. But in Japan, it is much more accessible. Your public transits, and it's much more commonplace. And I think that, truth be told, I think the Japanese are much more dedicated to putting out quality craft in the voiceover world than Americans are. That's not based on their time. Like on like, how should I put this?
It's
I
the
think that
ever
they're-
evolving craft. It's a
Yeah,
saying.
But what I'm saying is, like, I think that Americans are more hard pressed to put forth other people's needs before their own when it comes to their craft. Unfortunately, I think the Japanese are all about, this is what we got to do, so we're gonna do it. We'll make it work. Americans like, well, I want to do this, but I got this other thing, and you know, it's like the me first personality instead of like communal personality. The we, as the Japanese do it. That's just from what I've observed. More than I've observed for 39 years, and I've only seen so much of the world. But I just feel like Japan is more, let's work together, collaborate, and be as one instead of I'm an individual that will work with this individual like Americans. That's my thing.
Yeah, I.
It's not.
But there's such a beautiful thing that happens with a bunch of actors in the same room.
Yes.
To do the thing, because like there's nothing more joyful in it. I mean, like I'm so grateful we can do this whole thing, but I really wish I could just be like in the same room with you guys and just laugh the jokes together, cry together, and snarl and growl at each other in the scenes. It just would feel so much more satiating. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
That is true. And then I mentioned before, back in the day when people wanted to do a voice or acting career, it's either you have to move to California and New York, and not everyone can get the rent over there. So now this pandemic introduced something, introduced some sort of happy accident, like Bob Ross would say, for us, with Zoom voice acting.
Yeah.
Happy accidents. Yeah, I mean, we were
So,
forced to
did you
spend
ever
time
see that episode of Frasier where they decided to do a live British murder mystery style radio play,
Oh.
and things go a little bit off the rails?
But that was the joy of it. The happy accidents. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like this, like that's. I'm a theater kid by trade.
Me too.
Murdering everybody. And
Yes. I mean, like that's the thing, and you have to figure it out on the fly. And the best way to do it is when you know the people and you trust the people. That's why I like theater so much. Because you build the chemistry, you build that trust. So when someone falls, you can pick them up, and you could make it a part of the show. I mean, that's why like I really like old Cartoon Network TV shows, because they would get everybody in the room. They would get Mark Hamill in the room, Kevin Conroy in the room. They would get the whole Teen Titans in the room. I'm sorry, I don't know your guys' names. Forgive me, voice acting gods. But you guys were in the same room. There's such an energy to it. I mean, even Archer, they had everybody in the same room for the longest time.
Yeah.
Simpsons, same thing. And, it's just wild how much this whole thing has evolved. Sorry, this is like someone else talk. I talk too much.
Oh no, thank you so much for your input. It's really, really interesting. When you were talking about the theater stuff and the fact that you get to like familiarize yourself not only like with the community that you're acting with, but also just like more with the story when you do theater.
God, yeah.
Yeah, because
you hammer it out, and then you find little nuances that you never experienced before, because you've deepened your understanding of the text. You've had a different thing that happened to you the day that influenced your performance. It's just that's the fun of it. Like I love nothing more than digging and digging and digging until you get something so profound that the audience can't take your eyes off of you. And even you make yourself go, whoa, I had an aha moment. Like that's my thing. That's why like one thing that makes me sad about doing voice work in film is you get like 3, 5, 6 takes and that's it.
Right.
You don't get to, you talk, I listen.
Oh, thank you. I noticed that, I mean, in terms of, there are like both benefits and downsides to both the way that theater and voice acting work, because, with theater you get like the things like the cold reads and like a lot of group rehearsals beforehand
Yes.
to make sure like all the blocking is correct and all of those things to make sure you memorize it and familiarize yourself with it. But there's something also that's really spontaneous about voice acting, in terms of the fact that, sorry, there was someone who was getting admitted into the room. Oh, hello, Kai.
Howdy.
Hi, would you like to introduce yourself to the meeting and to the chat?
Chat.
Oh, yeah, for the stream.
I guess. Oh, in the Twitch chat. That's what you mean. Gotta get on Twitch?
Oh, I mean, you don't have to type it out, but I guess just like to introduce
To
yourself.
the chat. Hello, chat. Kai. Yeah. What should I say? Introduce myself, make myself look cool? Do that?
Talk a little bit
Amazing.
about yourself and any of the artistic projects you're working on, whether it be voice acting or anything else.
None.
That was
Nothing.
Hey,
We do
Tim.
nothing.
how about this? Tell us how you got into acting. How about that?
Hey, you
What was
think I
that
got
thing?
in? You think I got into acting? I didn't. Think. No. 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 Hold on. I used to do little VA stuff for fun. Not really. As in VA stuff with friends. I trying to get into some game design stuff, but currently not as focused on some of the voice acting stuff. It's more of a hee hee ha ha sort of deal.
More like for the LOLs.
For the lols.
No, nothing like that.
You also you do some other types of you have done some other theater types of stuff as well.
Yeah, I've done musical theater. I do voice
Yeah.
acting for like D&D and other tabletop RPG campaigns.
Yeah.
You know, voice acting with friends.
Yeah, Kai.
Mhm.
Yeah, Kai is another student at UC Berkeley. We are both Kai is the vice president of the anime club over there, and I am the president of the anime club there. So we get to work together on a whole bunch of like events to share the love for anime with the school, which I'm very grateful for that opportunity.
Yeah.
To be honest, Kai does most of the work.
Oh, hey, don't out yourself. You have an image to keep here.
True. Oh, I also I don't know if Chandler has introduced themselves yet. Would you like to introduce yourself as well?
It would be my pleasure to. It's been a while since I've been here, but I've always been lurking around on Twitch.
Nice.
But those of you who don't know me, I'm Chandler Dunaway. I'm a voice actor of about 8 or 9 years at this point. I'm in Team Fortress 2 as a couple of announcers for
Wow.
a couple of the maps. But I've been with Samurais of Sound for a good while. I just popped in. I'm probably going to pop back over to Twitch, but I wanted to show everybody off. I got mods. I'm no longer in the blanket fort.
Wow, that's amazing. It looks great.
Bro, but a blanket fort has like its own personal feeling, like
Sentimental
pillow,
value.
like blanket fort is like your roots. It has the childlike wonder. Now
The whimsy.
you're a corporate slave.
Damn, I'm now the corporate
Your mom
slave.
who always told you you'll never make a living making blanket forts. Oh yeah, Mom? What?
Oh yeah. Mom. Watch this.
Yeah,
I
all you
will-
have to- you
Go
know
ahead.
you know what helps me block that out, Mrs. Larissa? Basically, always remember if there is a significant other who doubts you, or if it's your mom, always think of it like the teachers from Charlie Brown, or one like womp 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 womp. It's actually I think it's a saxophone or a horn.
Yeah, it's like a
that they
Trombone,
use.
I
or
think.
something.
Yeah, trombone going womp 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 womp.
Yeah, definitely. Be sure to pursue your dreams and the things that you love while because like, I mean, I think we talked about this a little bit in the last stream. If you're not, if you're not spending your life, doing the things that you love, even if it's just for a hobby, then like if you're not feeling that you're like I think I said in the last one, this is kind of redundant because of that, but I talked about how I had a little bit of like, especially imposter syndrome when I got to working with Strawberry Hill Studio, because like I didn't feel myself, deserving to be with all of these people who had been like so much more experienced and worked on so many of these projects that I really admired. But just take the first steps. Don't be afraid to go out there and do it, because if you don't, take the first steps, you can't experience that process of, growing as a voice actor or as an artist in any form, and being able to do the things that spend your life doing the things that you love.
Yeah,
It's your
like,
life.
Yeah, it is your life, and it's like luckily my mom does support my dream, and then it's
Oh
like
no. Check TOS. It might not be your life anymore, bro. Like,
Yeah.
no Genshin Impact. Yeah.
Check TOS. It's crazy.
It reminds me of I don't know if you've ever seen Metalocalypse, where the manager is basically saying, "Okay, we get it. So okay, we get it. You're all pretty fatherless." No, not true.
Not true.
I fucking
Not
love
true.
my dad. My dad loves me.
Fucking love my dad.
Yes.
No,
Fucking awesome.
Dad's great. Going on a
I
fishing
freaking love
trip.
my dad.
Love my dad.
And he's the most metal one, and he has great and he already has
I love that one.
stable father issues.
Stable father issues. Yeah. That's right.
Stable father issues. I think I don't know if my mom is actually gonna join this time, but I remember she was watching the stream last time. So hello, Mom. I appreciate you for helping me through my journey as well. Thank you to all the
Mom, for
supportive
giving
parents out there.
Scarlet life.
Yes,
Thank you. Yes, thank you. And also,
We give mom cookies. Scarlett's mom thinks you complimented me like 3 times, and that's great. I like getting complimented.
Yeah.
Not actually. I don't know what to do.
So,
That's
Scarlet,
real.
is that basically like Scarlet from G.I. Joe or something like that?
From G.I. Joe.
Yeah, there's a character named Scarlet. She's also a redhead like you.
Oh. Yeah, I'm honestly, I feel like
Just out
I'm.
of curiosity, is Scarlet like a family name, or are you the one and only in your family? That's what I'm curious about.
I think I am the one and only Scarlet in the family.
It's a good mark. It's a good mark.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Next job's great. Get super famous. Make Scarlet like the passed on name. First daughter, always named Scarlet or something. For generations.
I don't know about
and
that.
so then you can have the toxic matriarchal pyramid that you need. It is for the plot, Scarlet. You have to
For
do
the
this.
plot relevance.
For the lore, goddammit. For the
You need to
For the
have
lore.
a super successful grandson who, chose some other name to be similar but not actually. So they named him something Crimson or something.
Crimson.
Inheritance of the family corporation.
Yeah. Oh,
It's a plot. You gotta do it.
for the lore. It's for the
Yes.
lore. Yeah. I'm so sorry that I got everybody sidetracked there. But I think let me remember what we were talking about real quick. Oh yeah, I think we were talking about like the benefits of like voice acting in theater, I think, and how they differ a little bit. One thing that I wanted to say about because I think I was talking about how like voice acting is something that's a bit more spontaneous. The thing is, like, with voice acting, like, you don't really receive the script until like the moment that you arrive at the booth. So even though that's something that like doesn't allow you to like familiarize yourself with the characters as much, like even when you're auditioning for them, you like you only get that brief part of the script and like a short little description tag log line thing. But like something about that I've noticed a lot of voice actors talking about. I remember, because I bring Cowboy Bebop into everything, there was like an interview with Steve Bloom at a convention panel where he was talking about like the fact that he got to learn not only about like the story like as it was going on, the way that like the characters would, and like go on that journey in real time with them as he was like doing the takes for it, but also like he was learning more of the intricacies about the character he was playing, about this like new self that he was embodying, like as the character was figuring out, was developing and going through that character development arc, and like that sort of thing. I think being able to do that with voice acting is really interesting as well, even if it's like you're not able to familiarize yourself with the character as much as with theater.
Well, it's kind of like the old concept of like jumping off the cliff and then building the airplane around you.
Right.
You kind of have to just figure it out.
Yeah.
And the fact that
Go on,
and
you
the fact,
talk, I listen.
Sorry. And the fact that he managed to marry Mary Elizabeth Glenn, who did
Yes.
it's like not only does he love a woman that could kick his ass, but a woman that can make him sleep on the couch if he fucks up a line.
Right.
So the thing is like that, like
power couples.
I don't know if we should
voice
hold that to
actors,
a
like-
good standard of getting like forced onto the couch, guys. You know.
Oh, it was good seeing
Well,
you,
like,
Chandler.
like I can understand
singers.
some of you all going like, you know what I need? Somebody who would just beat the shit out of me. That's what I need. That's gonna motivate me. You know, like that's
Language.
That sounds like a
Yeah, so it's Mary's like, you either get the line correctly, Steve, or you sleep on the couch.
honey. I just want you to know that I love you based solely off of your performance in the next few seconds.
You literally have to sing for your meal. That's the kind of situation. What I've noticed, a lot of voice actors love to sing as well, like Rob Paulson, because
Yes.
every single character has a rhyme and reason to them. Like Yogi Bear, hey boo boo, let's get some picnic biscuits. It's all that. I mean, look
Like
at Tara
inflections
Strong.
and stuff. Yeah.
That's the thing is like I think that like what's cool about voice acting is you can pull all different types of things into the moments. You're funneling all this emotion to this tiny little hole. And what's fun about it is as you're doing it, you're making new discoveries as you're going along with the character and developing it. And if you're making a brand new character, you get to take that in any direction that you see fit. And then the animators and the writers will work with you to make it more you and more on track. I think that's like that's what's really fun about this whole thing. I mean, there's nothing more satisfying to me than making discoveries mid-performance. Like the Voices and Choices D&D edition, we have all kinds of crazy things happen, and everything kind of unfolds like origami or a really well put together maze.
Yeah.
And that's what's super fun about it. I mean, and I just feel like voice actors don't get a lot of credit because they're not heard. They're just seen, they're not heard. They don't see all the work that goes behind it, in front of it. I mean, if you look at Mark Hamill performing the Joker, for instance, he's out of his chair, he's twisting up and just contorting his body in order to get the emotions across it.
He gets into it.
Yeah. And it's really fun to watch. And some guys don't need to do that. Some guys can just kind of just like sit in a chair and do the lines, boom, no problem.
Right.
But that's the fun about watching the actors work, is you get to learn so much more about them.
Yeah, like being able to like embody the physicality of the character, not just like, because when it's voice acting, it's only like your voice that you have to show for it, but like even like getting into like the role physically and like sort of acting out those things a little bit does like sometimes enhance the performance, because there are those little sound effect noises and things that you have to like also like you have to express like physical like movement and things that are like affecting like things that would like affect the way that your voice sounds, like just through voice alone, rather than like through being able, like the audience being able to see you do the action itself. And
like
that sort of
expressing
stuff.
nods.
Yeah.
Description nods loudly. What?
Yeah, like, another example, Kate Higgins, she's well known for voicing a lot of roles in, she was Sailor Mercury, she was Sakura, she was Unohana in Bleach, she was Tails the Fox for a little bit, and she even managed to be Pauline in Super Mario Odyssey, and she even sang for I think 3 or 4 of the songs in Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh,
and I
nice.
think she's gonna be in the new Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Oh.
As young Pauline. Yep.
Yeah, as young Pauline.
Right.
Sort of like as a prequel to that, because you're not playing as the third
sweet.
DK, you're playing as the first DK.
We're gonna arrive from the underground, and they're gonna say, "Thanks for saving Pauline. We're gonna name this city New Donk City."
Yeah.
Does anyone got any auditions coming up this week, or any books you're reading that's really been enlightening you or helping you out with your acting?
Ooh.
I'm still trying to get my demos together, Vinny. Raj was helping me with that.
I'm still working on assembling a semi-professional workstation.
I'm still working on my voice acting demo with Raj too. So
I mean, look, I get that, but what are you doing outside of that? Are you guys reading plays? Are you guys reading textbooks? Are you reading books aloud for fun, just to kind of get yourself in the space? Are you guys doing TikTok challenges for voiceover acting?
Yeah,
Well,
so many ways to.
if you guys follow my Instagram, there is the occasional I'll make a meme script of lots of stuff right here. I make a meme script, and so far I do a voice acting script, and I will set and I've done 2 of them. One of them is of Bane right there, so I'll send it to the chat right here.
Nice. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. I'm gonna be honest, when you said like a meme script, one thing that I've always kind of wanted to do in terms of like the sort of like YouTube fan content impression side of things is those like videos where you like voice over different memes as like your favorite characters that adhere to like those roles in the memes. And that seems like such a silly thing, but it's a good way to like familiarize yourself with like those voices.
John C. Reilly saying "Never Gonna Give You Up" for Wreck-It
Right.
Ralph.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. In terms of also,
I'm just curious because I want to know what you guys do weekly to like, keep you guys sharp.
to prepare.
Yeah, not as deep into some of the voice acting parts, more getting back into bits of it, but I tend to run or participate in a series of campaigns, so I have a series of character dossiers and such, and so I have to
for like
have
the
voices
D&D
for
stuff.
I have voices for every single character, sort of planned out, notes for how they should work. With old theater stuff, I plan out, scripts and everything, get the notes down, motives, feelings.
Right.
And I don't know, like, a lot of people always bring up the idea that, like, voice characters are always super unique. I come from the other side of it, being a bit more on the spectrum, where it's just like, all the characters seem to be easily categorized.
To like tropes.
More like just like mix a little this, a little that, a little bit of that over here. Yeah, I get this character.
Oh, like taking it from other, like taking inspiration for your characters from like other media or that you can just, like,
or just like looking at different vocal cues, different tempos, different just parts of like, am I speaking more in my head, my chest, am I?
Yeah.
Just like, how can I mechanicalize anything?
Years ago, I never remember exactly who did it, but someone broke down that there are technically, in their view, 3 types of characters. There's the head, the heart, and the groin. Head people are very smart, lead with their heads, doctors, lawyers, etc. Hearts are people that are like, soldiers and fathers that lead with their chest. They have all this pride. And groin are very lecherous, narcissistic type people and everything. I just wanted to pick you guys' brains about this because, like, I don't know, I don't get to talk shop very often, so I'm kind of nerding out. KJ, for you, brother, I gotta ask, so for your demo reel, like, what kind of voices are you working on right now? Are you working on just getting yours crisp and like pretty? Do you got any in stock that you like to just whip out at times? What's up?
Yeah, Raj was helping me with that. I like to just do voices around the house because it helps
Me
the house.
too.
Doesn't it though?
Yeah, it
oh
does.
My god! Like, do you ever like sing about washing dishes?
I played so many video games and watched so many anime. Odd throw here, Bubblegum Crisis. Anybody heard of that one?
Oh yes, I have.
That's an OG one. I'm
in my own Bubblegum Crisis right now.
It's an old one. It's like you asked Vinny, like, what do we do? Like, I'm starting to like look up scripts and I'll just like speak them out loud just to warm up, and then I'm trying to work on my emotions. Because like you can do a voice, but if you're just doing a voice, but it's flat, nobody's gonna want to listen to that.
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to work on.
Can I share with you my 3 rules for finding emotion?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so this is what I do. I figure out what I want. I figure out what's in my way. And I figure out how I'm going to get it. Those 3 things. Because what I want, I mean, you could take anything. Like, look at Star Wars. Star Wars Sorry, no. Lion King. What is the Lion King but Hamlet? That's all it is. It's a father-son story. It's a father
Fucking
with
lion. That's what.
it's
Language.
the uncle kills the dad. The son comes back to take back the throne. Star Wars, it's a father-son story. It's a whole dynamic. Except you have lightsabers. In Lion King, you have lions. You know, these are all normal things. To figure out what you want, what's in your way. It's the uncle. It's the dad. How am I going to get it? I'm going to use the Force, use lightsabers. I'm going to use my claws because I'm a lion. And I'm going to use my pride. So next time you get a script, think about those three things. What do I want? What's in my way? How am I gonna get it?
Usually,
I'll type that in the chat just so I remember.
that's
Go for it,
helpful. But usually, what I would think of is like, with every character, we've each felt a sort of high and low in life. I don't know if I've ever said this in the chat before. Any of you ever heard of the Italian opera Pagliacci?
Of course.
Yes, basically, it's actually based off of a real scenario where the creator of the onstage play based it off of two brothers who he helped unalived his wife for committing adultery on him, and he decided, you know what, I might as well use that for a play. And then the main star of the show, who basically runs an entire traveling circus, his wife has been alleged to have an affair with Julius, but she wouldn't say anything. So the village thought it was all a part of the show, where it is asking to confess who it is. And then basically, when he grabbed her with the knife, she said the name, and then when he ran up, he did that as well. And then that's what Pagliacci is. But it first starts out as these are real people with real emotions and people who probably feel like this in real life in society. And it really starts to make you think right there. And that's where the iconic song from the Sad Clown comes in to make you really feel what he's feeling. Like he has to put on a mask knowing that he has to perform, knowing what his wife did, but he couldn't hold it in no more. He couldn't hold in the character, so that's what happened. And this is
Just
the
did
type
the
of
three things. Just did the three rules. That's all it is, man.
And
Acting
then-
is a beautifully fun thing, man.
And
Don't worry
it-
about the emotions. The emotions will come. Get the point across. What is your intent?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
I'm a whole nerd. Like this thing, like
putting your own emotions.
Now,
into
what's
it
your
as well.
intent and what's the context of it all? Yeah.
But
what's in your
basically-
way? Because, like, you have different tools. You have different tools in every situation. And with the voice, you have to pour it all on the line. And
Yeah,
if you're
so-
not pouring it on the line, get the hell out of the booth. That's what I
And-
said, yeah.
And the thing is, it's like with Pagliacci, it teaches you that everyone in their life has felt a sort of happy up and down, and that's where it gets at right there. Because it's like, if you know that you've felt like this before, it's like I feel like people who have felt broken are people who have felt this sort of broken agony know how to act this, because they're not really acting no more. That's really coming out of them. People who have been happy before know how to, because they've actually had happiness in their life. People who have been miserable before know how to do this because they've had that once in their life. So obviously, with these, that's why I like the play Pagliacci, because these are real emotions by real people.
Yeah, finding
And
like
that's
those universal feelings that you can relate to, even in like characters, like I said, that seem like they lead different lives than you.
Yes, I do.
You gotta
It-
be careful when you bring in real emotions. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right. Sometimes I've had like times where I've like gotten a little too emotionally invested and not like kept a difference when being in distance when being in character, and have may or may not have cried, but
Oh,
Yeah,
I once had to hate a guy on stage for like 4 months, and it took me 6 months to be cool with him afterwards. Because I hyper focused on how much of a much
like
like
method
the
acting it.
a little bit, yeah. Well, it's just like you got to be, yeah. I associated it a little bit too hard.
Yeah, the
Do you guys
overacting.
have like routines that help you let go of the character and let go of the scenes? Because do you have like a dog? Do you have like someone that you hug? Like, hey, just hug me and don't let go until I let you go situation?
Yeah, I do have a dog. She's a Yorkie / Australian Terrier. Her name's Macy. She's like, one of those chubby dogs, and that's what I like right there. It's like it's like a drum. I can pet her. It's like obviously that makes me feel good, and then I go to the
Yeah.
gym as well
Yeah, gym.
to relieve stress right
Yeah,
there.
release the emotion.
And
Feels
then
like
I
when
am a
you're
part.
in it to win it, man. You gotta have something that
Mhm.
calms you down.
And that I am a part of the Byzantine choir, so that does help calm me down because it's like it allows me to relieve myself right there. And that's also how I got into translation as well, because the fact that it's like I realize how similar Greek is to Latin, so it's like that's another benefactor right there. So
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is I'm still demonstrating myself and I'm still relaxing and knowing not to let the worst get the best of me. And I do draw to take out any of the stresses that I need right there, because drawing is a very good art I like to do. In fact, I've drawn a lot of portraits for Karen Strassman right there.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
KJ, do you like what do you do? Like do you lift, bruh? Do you go to the do you like, train in the gym? Like what is your go-to exercise that just like help you just like refocus? I'm
I
curious.
lift and I run. Well, because I got ADHD. Now, granted, I've been able to, like I've learned to manage it, but sometimes, running really helps because running is just constant motion, and it really tires you out.
Yeah. That's good, bruh.
In terms of the stuff about preparing for auditions that you were talking about, I know that you were a lot of, like, people in here were saying that voice acting is beyond just like imitating a certain sound of voice or certain inflections, but also about pouring yourself into it, even like if there's like even if there are times where you get a little too invested. And I think, like, I know this is probably like a cliche sort of advice to be like, make big choices and then like minimize those, like shrink down those choices later, but in terms of like auditioning for a role, there are a lot of times where they may I guess give you characters that are like, sometimes they're even like, I want it to sound exactly like this type of character or this certain archetype, like based off of these certain voices. And in that case you want to be able to like follow it a little bit and be inspired by it, but also like don't be afraid to, if you feel like there is like a voice or a certain type of like acting for the character that you feel like embodies them in a different way, taken from your experiences or certain types of media that you like, that maybe that may be different than that, like incorporating a little bit of that in, and making those big choices might be something where the director might find something that they never knew that they needed for that character to sound like, or a way for that for those lines to be delivered. So like even though you want to like help bolster that the artistic vision of the director, of course, just like don't be afraid to let your uniqueness shine in it as well.
Yeah, because they're hoping you're the solution to their pollution.
Right.
Morgan Barry said that in her videos on your guys' website. She said, don't be afraid to, like put a little sound effect in, or go up or down like a little bit. Like you don't want to step in the director's feet too much, but she said, don't be afraid to put your little signature in there just to see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, for example, I don't think of it as acting. I am the character. You don't want to think of it as acting, because it's like then you're not really gonna get invested into it. You're obviously not gonna develop DID by doing another character unless you're Moon Knight right here. But it's like with that character, I usually think of what that character likes, what do we have in common, and then it's like I elevate myself into there. And what it is like, yeah, I do have, like you, I do have ADHD, and I do have Asperger/ASD. So it's like I get highly invested into this because I get bored easily. But that's why I draw a lot. That's why I go to the gym. That's why I use something to keep my brain active. That's why I try learning as many languages as I can to keep myself entertained. But with this, it's not to sound rude or pretentious, but it's like for me, it's like that's how I get myself into the characters, like to make sure that I feel that moment to get me invested right there. Of what makes that character special, to learn what makes that character special. What does it like? What does he or she like to eat? What time do they sleep? What do they like? What do they dislike right there? I usually love to do my homework on those types of characters, or if I read a script, I will assume based off of what they are right there. If they describe to me a rugged orc, I was usually try to use a Celtic accent because of how rugged they are, and usually in the countryside, it's like, oi lad, what the bloody hell are you doing in my damn swamp? Get the fuck out of
What are
here.
you doing in my swamp?
You're lucky you can do those accents, man. Yeah.
And if we are in British territory, let's say, if we're in the how to say this, British territory, what would it be again? Bow to the king, or I will turn you into beans and toast, lad. And then a lot of other things right there. It's like I love to basically hear and imitate, like William D. Bradley Baker. One time, I guess Steve Bloom said that they both went on a trip, and I think in one of the African hemispheres, and William D. Bradley Baker was just sitting there, listening to some of these creatures to imitate the sound. They thought they lost him, but he was just there listening so he could just imitate them.
Right. Yeah. Also, like, I feel a little bit bad for cutting this chat short, but I do remember that last time we had one of these streams, we ended up I was very thankful for like how many amazing things we got to chat about, and I let it go on for an hour and 30 minutes, about more than it was supposed to be. So I guess to end this off, does anybody want to plug any of their socials or any of their like projects that they're links to that sort of stuff, so I can
Right.
put them in chat for people to check out?
I'll just put my Instagram and my friend account and my Switch.
Awesome.
Oh, Vinny, thanks for your little 3-step process there. I wrote that down.
You're welcome, brother. I hope it helps. It helps me a lot. Like a lot of times you get like 2 seconds to figure out the character, and just asking me those 3 questions, 1, makes it more fun for me, and 2, it gets me out of a lot of jams. Just look at the given. It's all every single theater esoteric thing. Given circumstances, the big super objective, the miniature objective, blah blah blah. If you figure out those 3 things, you'll be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I mean, don't feel the emotion. That's all I can suggest. Let it come naturally. Because like everyone thinks crying is hard. No. Holding back tears is way much harder and more entertaining.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of podcasts. I watch a lot of interviews to learn about the successful people. And that's the big thing. They always say holding back, restraining is more empowering, forcing the audience to feel the emotion for you. That's something.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Whenever you get a script, think of those 3 things. Try it out. If it works, great. If it doesn't, sorry.
Yeah, thank you so much for that advice. It is really helpful.
It's simple and effective. That's all it is.
And even when the odds are against you, never feel bad to push forward, because it's like, sometimes it's good to be stubborn in life. It's like, that's the one good thing that I learned from my grandfather. It's like to always be stubborn when the odds are against you. It's like to always constantly find a way out. Like look at seals. Like seals, seals swim in the water, but seals literally they bounce on land. Do you think that stops them from doing anything? No. They still keep going. So it's like even though the seal may be fat, they still bounce their way around.
Yeah, there are a lot of people, in terms of like I was saying about pursuing the things that you love, that and I mean just in life in general, there some people I think have like the mindset that it's a little bit like naive or childish to keep having hope or to persevere when things like logically looking at them seem hopeless. But I mean like that's kind of a little bit of what keeps us human, and what allows us to like connect with each other and share in our community in a way like I don't know exactly how to describe it, but just like
you're just saying gotta keep hope alive no matter what,
Yeah.
because that's the point of being a voice actor, is to play pretend, be in a sandbox, and pretend with your friends.
Yeah.
And that
And
gives permission to the audience to play along with us. And for some audience members, live vicariously through us so that they can overcome obstacles themselves. I mean, look at all the gym bros that watch Vegeta scream about pride before they go into the gym. If Vegeta can go through all this, so can I. If Batman
Right.
can endure all the crap, so can I.
and
That's what it's all about.
and
You
then
got to
not to
keep that childlike wonderment. That's what keeps this
The
thing
joy and
fun.
whimsy.
The
and
joy,
and then not to mention
joy
if
and
we
whimsy.
and then not to
Oh
mention
man.
with the how to say this. And another thing about hope is the fact that some people don't don't try to look for hope because they're always in a negative mindset. And even though it sounds corny, it's true. It's like the more that you constantly give up, the worse it gets. It's like, how about you try to do the opposite instead? Because if you literally just give up on the spot, allow words or allow things to get to you that don't affect you, even if you're told no one time, how about you try again and again and again, obviously in different ways to get to a goal.
Right.
It's
And
never an
like,
overnight process. A tree never grows overnight. That just doesn't happen that way.
yeah.
Bones don't just regenerate overnight time. That doesn't happen like that. It's like obviously you're going to have to put sacrifice, and those who made it easy, it's like it's not as satisfying because they got it out of hand. But those who worked hard and long for it, it feels more satisfying. What's better? You cook a steak in the campfire or on the woods on the stove, or you cook it in the microwave. The microwave, yeah, it might taste all right, but then it's like it tastes sour, choppy, and then a bad aftertaste, and you gotta go to the bathroom afterwards. But with the wood, you can get medium, rare, well done, anything you like it. And you can't get that with a microwave.
Yeah.
So that's
Ted
the point right
Lasso.
there.
If you guys get a chance, watch the show Ted Lasso. It talks about hope. Because the Europeans have believed that it's the hope that kills us. But Ted Lasso is like, it's the hope that helps us breathe. You have to believe in hope. Because
Right.
that's all we got in this world.
Yeah, and it is like you were saying, it is a process. Like it doesn't happen overnight. Being able to like know your own like worth when some people are telling you that things are hopeless or that you won't be able to do things. But it's funny. I think Kai actually gave me some pretty good advice once, which he said to just ego it, basically, like think that believe that if you believe that you can do it, you can do it, because like when people have the mindset of like fake it till you make it, like there's a lot of times where I guess how to explain it, like you already have the like fake it till you make it implies that you don't have the capability to achieve those things, but like the people who fake it till they make it are people who usually just like they do have those capabilities and they do have those talents. It's just that like they
don't know how to
they
explain
don't
it.
they don't believe in themselves enough. I am one of those people that has to have the mindset to just ego it, to just like for just for a second believe that you can do it, and it does help. Like it helps you to like be able to achieve your goals. You are like it makes it like I've been able to do things more achieve things more naturally and be more relaxed, and that has like made me achieve them better than if I would have been like pessimistic about it, and the times that I have expected the worst, so that I wouldn't be disappointed with whatever the outcome was.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you to Kai
That's
for that.
definitely something to be on a t-shirt. Just ego it.
Just ego it. Yeah.
But it
Or-
makes
And
dig it.
obviously, it's like it does remind me, like even in the worst times, like there's a great group of people who have a good coping mechanism, the Irish. They usually like to joke about sorrow, even if it hurts them, and oftentimes a dark sense of humor like that helps them through their worst miseries right there. And that's what it is right there. It's like I've always been through a time of doubt in my life, and it's like, and I got how to say this, I got a high school diploma. I got into voice acting. I've been doubted many times in my life, and I've proven other people wrong, but I didn't brag about it. I always let silence do the work because of it's like, if I know it's not true, why do I give in to that? Why do I need to convince these people? If you know something about you is not true, then why are you going to obsess over something like the doubt over there? And that's why I
make
tell
sure
people
other
right there.
people don't
If it's not
determine your
true,
worth. Like,
just
know
don't
that you
give
are.
into it. If someone tells you you're fat, you're smelly, if you know it's not true, then don't give into it. If someone tells you you're bald, then don't give into it. It's like, why are you going to obsess with something that they call you, and if you know it's not true? It's a possible projection, or it's a possible, and that's why I say to people right there, you only obsess with the things that help enforce a better part about you, not the negative about you. We choose what we absorb and we choose what we don't absorb right there.
Yeah.
You either choose to, how to say this, you either choose to have a drink or you choose to drink poison right there. Why am I going to choose to drink poison if I know it's going to damage my body?
Right, and like it is it is like you said, a process to be able to get to that point, like, and there are always like setbacks in terms of like being mentally strong enough to know how capable you are of achieving your dreams, and to know that within yourself. But like, just know to all of the people here that you are deserving, just not because of any like accomplishments that you've had, but just like because you are being yourself every day, and getting up and choosing to want to chase these dreams. Like, it doesn't matter like what accomplishments you've had so far, like you are deserving of love, and your story is worth being shared. And I'm thankful to be able to be in this studio where we can like share that through a little bit through the characters that we play and things like that. Yeah, so thank you so much to everyone for joining the stream. I think we may have to end it now, but it's been really nice talking to you and hearing all of your input on the industry and your experiences with voice acting and creating and all of those wonderful things. So yeah, thank you for joining us. We hope we can see you in the next one.
Arigato, Scarlett.
Thank you for hosting, Scarlett. It's a pleasure getting to spend some time with you.
Yeah,
Looking
it was a
forward to the
pleasure
next
to
one.
meet you too. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye.